Okay.
Yeah, show it to everybody now.
Yeah, everybody likes them. The predictions, something.
Happy Father's Day. Happy summer solstice. Happy
Hello.
tornado in Southern Illinois Day. I am keeping up with Ryan Hall because they've had 15 tornadoes so far south of us.
Yikes.
Keep that noise.
They all seem to be going across to Indiana. They're not getting as far north as I am, so.
Thank you. So how y'all doing out there? Hopefully you're fine, at least, or excellent at best, or even better than that. I mean, you know, sky's the limit.
I am algae free.
Oh, yeah. I admit I've been having a little bit of fun coming up with the graphics for this whole craziness. My favorite was I came up with a moving background where the water was just kind of bobbing, and I got a loop done so the blue paint pieces were just floating through. It was really good.
Johnny's for tonight was really fun because it had Trump as Jesus walking on water in the reflecting pool on floating blue chips of paint.
Yeah. All right. I'm trying a new deck.
What is
this? Hang on. And this is from Tammy. Thank you, Tammy. Look.
Oh, Mr. Katz.
I'm very excited. So.
It'll go with, I got.
Yeah, but you know me. I don't like cats. Nah.
Yeah.
I got a cat one too. Thank you, Jasmine.
Aw, the future's
And
in your
thank
paws.
you to Bonnie, who sent me these as well. So we will use those too.
Am I going to have to pull one of my cat decks out? I've got several.
Well, I don't know. I'm going to try it, but I am. I don't often stay with this when I'm reading on these jerks because I don't want to. I don't want to like gunk up my nice deck. It's like ew. It's why I don't use the One World Tarot.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I promote it as much as I can, but I can't use it. It's got good energy.
I tell all my decks, if you're going to live in this house, you got to read on garbage. The Rider-Waite I save for human beings, and then everything else. Well, I mean, it has to read on garbage too, but personal readings only Rider-Waite because everything else I have to think too hard because the pictures are all different. But
yeah, that's me. I don't like to think about it. It blocks my intuition for intuiting the meaning of the card in this spread. You know, because they have multiple meanings. So
imagine pulling that and then trying to get an interpretation.
Yeah, yeah.
What is even that, ma'am? It's like.
Although, and you, Johnny, you have this one, right?
No, I do not.
A deck Johnny doesn't have.
No, but you know, I don't really have a bunch of animal decks though either.
Mr. Katz.
These are my pets, so you know that's.
Oh,
you need a Care Bear deck.
Yes.
So, spoiler alert: there's a lady on Etsy who made some images. They are not like exactly Care Bears, but they look exactly like Care Bears. Wait a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Now we got a show and tell. Wait a minute.
Is that a deck you're going to be getting?
Sort of. So, well, yes, to answer the question properly. So there is a digital download, and then I have to print them myself. And so,
okay.
Let me see. This is an example.
Oh,
like
it's very Care Bearish.
Mm-hmm.
It's very sweet.
And so that's what I got coming. It'll be here September the 3rd or something because it comes from China. So we'll see what happens there. But
yes, for the person in chat, this is Roro. Anytime you see a cat at this end of the table that's gray, it's Roro. Skewy rarely comes up here. And when he does, he's usually like over here.
Boo Boo is asleep on the bed that's on the chair. In the new
Blending
clean
in with the blanket.
Yeah, yeah, he's fine. This shuffles really nicely. I did not expect that.
Well, tell it to get ready. So, Jen, what you got going on? Anything?
I have openings in July for readings, jenlintarot.com. Or if you'd like a reading / energy healing session. And thank you. I've had a couple of people, and I don't want to call them out by name because I hate doing that when they do it by PayPal. I've had a couple of people that have sent me tips via PayPal. So thank you for that instead of super chatting.
And I can tell you firsthand, I have paid for a reading and healing from Jenlin, and it's amazing. It is absolutely amazing. I highly recommend it.
So, update. So, my entire life is spent like this, right? Click, 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 click. So, I got a claw, or I had one anyway, to where my hand feels, every time I take it off, it feels stuck like this, and I have to literally do this and one of these, and then my wrist start hurting. And then so Jen did a energy healing on me, and now we're good. So
yay.
Punch a wall now, so don't.
No, don't.
And so this, it'll get, it had pain, like pain, but it'll get stiff still because I still do this. So it'll still get stiff, but there's no pain. And this was like really hurting to where, you might need to go see somebody type of thing. But that's gone too. So we're all good in the hood now.
I had to work on my own wrist because I'm like you, from shuffling cards and stuff and playing guitar and everything. I get a little stiff sometimes, in my hands. And I've had arthritis since I was 16 years old, rheumatoid arthritis in my hands. If you look at my fingers, they're very straight. I think it's because I do so much healing energy work out my hands. It keeps my fingers straight. So added perk, when you work on other people, it helps your own body. But my wrist, I'll have to hold my hand down and run energy down it when my wrist starts acting up like that.
It definitely helped for sure.
It's funny. Johnny's very sensitive. He can feel every little thing when I work on him. He goes, "Oh, I feel all those people coming around." Hang on.
Oh, there's that too.
There's that entourage.
Becca Lenormand, what you got going on?
Might have dinner for Braxy going on.
She's eating. I've been watching the not so much the FIFA World Cup, but the shenanigans because of the FIFA World Cup, and the way that it is giving me life right now is insane. I guess Boston is now New Scotland because the mayor signed the paperwork. The Scots came, they took over, they put traffic cones on every statue in sight. They drank the plane dry on their way here. Then they drank Boston dry, just going crazy. The Koreans and the Mexicans are besties now. Let's see what else. What else happened? Watching Europeans try American food is the most insane thing and they're going to crappy places too, like the Golden Corral, Johnny.
Oh, mercy alive. That's not American thing.
They're like, the way my soul left my body, I'm like, it's the Golden Corral. That's
my God.
TSA, and Taco Bell.
TSA had to put out a warning because they kept trying to take ranch dressing on their carry-on luggage. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. Like, and the Americans are sitting there telling them, like, slow down. You're not used to the chemicals and the high fructose corn syrup and the MSG. You're going to be addicted and you're going to get bubble guts. It's hilarious watching all stuff going on.
They also don't understand that ranch is a condiment that goes on everything. It's not just a salad dressing. It goes on everything.
They keep trying to smuggle ranch dressing back. And then I watched them go to Walmart and they lost their minds at Walmart. And then they found Costco. Then they found Costco, which is like a million times bigger. It's that whole thing has been just entertainment for days with the Europeans over here. It's
There was
ridiculous.
one guy, he said, I missed the AC already. I was like, I bet you do.
And what's funny is like, you watch videos of the Europeans. They're usually very slim, and you start looking around, it's all these fat Americans in there, right? In the
Yeah,
restaurant.
We've already been to the Golden Corral. So
People are calling it the FIFA 15. Like, we go to Europe and we lose weight because we're walking everywhere and the food's clean, and they come over here and all they want to do is eat Golden Corral and Chick-fil-A and
Bojangles.
they're freaking out about the portions. They're freaking out because you get free refills at restaurants and how big everything is. It's just like,
Well, I love watching them eat biscuits, figuring out what biscuits are here, because their biscuits are cookies,
Yeah. I
chips or
watched
French fries.
the British were in Texas. And you know how the British are very proper. They use their fork and knife for everything. And a couple of British guys went to a rib restaurant in Texas, and he goes with his fork and knife to cut into the rib, and the waiter comes over and he's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I don't know." He's like, "Put that down." He's like, What did I do?" He's like, "You picked that up with your hand." He's like, "What do you mean you pick it up with your?" And he shows him how to eat it, and he was blown away at the meat. He's like, "We don't have this at home." I'm like, "No."
They look at biscuits and gravy and think it just looks like gross, like somebody threw up on some bread, and then they taste it and they're like, "Oh my god!"
Half the stuff that we eat is not even food, but it does not look appetizing when you.
Yes, breathe. I was saying, breathe. Take in the red 40.
Yeah.
Breathe in the red 40. Breathe out the red 40.
They're losing their mind over the freaking Waffle House. There's a guy, I think he's German. His name is Freddie, and he's been touring the entire United States, is kind of following FIFA around, and he's been tweeting and stuff. He's like famous now. Like, he's been on the radio. The radio stations are looking for him. He got invited backstage to a country singer's person that he heard on the radio. Like, he's the one that made people go crazy over the Waffle House. Like, they're freaking out about our gas stations, like Circle K's and 7-Elevens. It's the most ridiculous thing ever, but it's funny. It's so funny.
Yeah, Buc-ee's flips them out.
So, Autumn, what you got going on?
Well, I have finally fixed my internet issues after literal years. So for the past 2 days, my live streams have been crystal clear, and I'm just, so I'm just so happy. But no, on the 20, so in about 5 days, I will have been on, other than 2 emergencies, I will have been on for 6.5 years every single day. So
congratulations.
Thank you. You noon Central. I come on between 12 and 12:15 every single day. We've got a fantastic
including
holidays. Yeah, weekdays, weekends, holidays, your birthday. When I say every day, I mean every day. So that's better. And I am hoping to come out with my astrology course at the end of July 29th, I hope, astrographics. And I have to always remember who said you should do an astrology course.
You should.
Thank you. Thank
and
you.
many more.
Thank you.
It's a language that if you have the privilege to understand it, you should go with that. You should get into it. You should read all that you can. It's hieroglyphics for me. I don't understand none of it. I understand it when skilled astrologers tell it to me, but I can't tell it back to you at all. South Node, I don't know what that means. And I Hathaway don't really care what it means. You tell me what it means. It's like when you read for people. They don't care what that means. Just give me the answer. It's
Well, we'll see. We'll see. I'll have to send you a couple of the videos or something, and you can tell me if it makes sense to you.
It
Well,
does make sense. Again, it
I
makes
hope
sense when you say it. But,
I hope everyone enjoyed the opening of Obama's presidential library as much as I did, and the show that went on with it. And yes, Michelle is not a man. It's very obvious.
Oh,
It was wonderful seeing all the former presidents minus Trump.
there is something that they did not have, though, because they had Jennifer Hudson and John Legend, and Angela Merkel was there, and Stephen Colbert was there with his tan suit, was in the, that was hilarious, and like everybody who was anybody. Stevie Wonder was there, but they did not have Vanilla Ice and half a Milli Vanilli. So,
And half of Milli Vanilli, because the other half died because of Trump.
that's who they didn't have, so the party couldn't get officially started. So, and then Michelle Obama gave the greatest speech on earth, and so
It was beautiful.
Okay.
It was beautiful. Well, and so did Obama. He gave a wonderful speech, but hers was just lovely. Like, can you imagine if Melania ever, well, if she ever plagiarized a speech like that? Because, you know, she likes to plagiarize
word for word, you mean?
word for word, Michelle.
Well, that is one of our questions, so we can start there. What is Trump's thoughts on the opening ceremony of Obama's library? Now, mind you, Donald Trump had his UFC thing, and apparently that went off without a hitch. It was great. He went to sleep at it because that's what you do when you get old. Now, mind you, he's 80, so you take a nap when you can, at a fight, at a Knicks game, in a government meeting, eating, taking a shower, whatever, you just fall asleep sometimes. So give him a little slack. He's 80. Thank you, Rose.
And what were you saying, Johnny? So for anybody that's looking to come to Chicago to go to the library because you're all excited,
The
it's got
waiting list is
reservations
until November.
Till November,
You need
so-
tickets to get in, and the waiting list is all the way into November, I heard.
Yeah, so don't be like jumping on a plane and thinking you're staying with Jen Lynn Thoreau because I'm in the area. I'm an hour and a half outside of Chicago, okay? I'm not in Chicago.
So what was his thoughts?
I have this song that I wrote that's on the I replay on the channel sometimes, and it's all about you don't need me to read on that. Is he going to sell the office? Is he going to I forget what the next thing is he going to be awful, you know? Yes, you don't. So the minute you asked that question, it was like, how is Trump reacting? Oof.
A little emotional, right?
Yeah, just a few.
Becca, what
There.
you-
Oh, sorry.
I get that he was focused on the amount of very important guests that were there.
Mhm.
The A list of the A list, and he couldn't even get the Z list to show up, you know? So that's what he was focused on was the important visitors that were there.
He could only get
Focus
Millie, not
visitors.
Vanilli.
Important. Also, perhaps past presidents. I don't know who was there, but this is
All of
choices and
All of
options.
them.
And the venue that was there, all the choices, all the options that were there, for and how uplifting it was.
Bruce Springsteen, John
Trudeau was
Legend.
Did they have dancers there too?
Yes.
Choirs, dancers. They had
Because this is a dancer or somebody that dances.
well, everybody was dancing when Stevie Wonder was
okay.
singing. They were all standing and dancing,
Oh, okay,
including
okay.
Michelle and the kids and Obama.
Okay, because I didn't watch, but I get that he was mostly focused on how uplifting and the just sheer amount of options that they have for very important VIP visitors. That's what I get.
Mm-hmm.
On what you get.
There's a GIF that's been on the internet for a long time, and it's a woman. She's in a train station or something, and she's at the top of a double staircase, and she takes a couple of steps, and she was okay, but she her foot slips, and then she kind of tumbles down the stairs, and then. But she was actually in a big puffy coat, so she was okay. But it was just thunk, 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 thunk. That's Obama. That's Trump. That how far and hard we have fallen. But of course, he lives on the drama triangle. So I'm the victim. The victim. Woe is me. No president's ever been treated worse than I have. Go away, JFK. I don't want to hear it, Lincoln. No one's been treated worse than me. He was fit to be tied, and he was throwing tantrums.
What you get, Jan?
Loser Trump, trying to cast judgment, trying to cast some judgment. He's looking at it and thinking this is going to cause the Republicans to lose in the midterms. Like he's seeing how motivated everybody is, and coming together. He was surprised at everybody coming together for this, and he also was trying to figure out how Obama got Melania to do that speech in such a loving way. How did you get her? Not Melania, Michelle. How did you get Michelle to do that speech in a very loving way? Like he can't get Melania to do that.
He can't get her to do nothing. At the bottom, there's the fool.
Sorry, that's a deck. What deck is that?
It is called the Pop Art Tarot.
Wow.
And there's the fool on the bottom, because of course it is. Then there's the Six of Cups, the child, and the Ace of Cups, the over-emotional child, more than likely. The Magician, he wants this. He wants the same thing. He wants people to celebrate him. Again, you remember the big ad for WD-40 when he had the tanks going down the street, and then his fight celebration that he fell asleep on. He wants to be Obama. He wants to be tall and handsome and loved and all these different types of things.
How apropos that the day that they launched this opening, the paint, because of all the peroxide they poured in the reflecting is lifting up, and everybody's over there, taking pieces.
Jenny, did you see that he had an Olympian arrested?
That's one of our questions too.
Yeah, it's the Democrats are sabotaging the reflecting pool. No, you had your team pour a bunch of peroxide in there.
No, that was that contract to redo the pool. That $14 million was a no bid to a guy that's a freaking felon. Make it make sense. But
he's a felon, and also nobody researched that peroxide will dilute the paint and cause it to lift up.
Aye.
So I have a hypothetical. Because Trump was told after his first term that for this library you had to pay for it yourself. We don't pay for libraries, and so he didn't build one yet. But will he have a similar celebration at the opening of his library after he leaves off? This is not Barry talk right now. I'm just asking, if he makes it all 4 years and he gets his library, will he have a similar celebration?
Well, by then he'll have killed off the other half of Milli Vanilli,
and there are mock-ups for his library, and there's a plane in the middle of it, beside the building.
This Qatar plane. He
gets to keep that Air Force One now.
Actually, if I can. I understand if we don't, but if there's space for one more question tonight, I'd like to read on that plane. Myself and some of my viewers, we've been getting really weird energy off that plane.
Well, let's read on.
Oh, interesting. Well, somebody, Oh, it was, Tim Burchett was saying that's all a lie. He's not keeping the plane. And so everybody was attaching clips of Trump saying, "I'm taking the plane to my library later." Yes, he's keeping the plane.
Thank you, lucky girl.
Will he have a library?
Will he
Full
have
of
a
Epstein-
celebration at the opening of his library?
Epstein videos,
Lord Jesus, Becca, what did you get?
porn magazines with Melania.
He'll have a celebration, all right, when he gets tickets to the park.
Yeah,
Back to the mud, Donnie. Global block party. We'll have the Great American Sleepover again. That would be great. Thank you. Thanks for coming.
oh my God, I seen a meme. It was shocking and disgusting all at the same time, and I almost don't want to share it with you, but I'm going to share it with you anyway. But cover your ears if you're sensitive. There's no bad language, it's just gross language. Okay. So there's a meme that says Donald Trump built the time machine so he can go back and meet his younger self. So he goes in the time machine and he goes back, and there's this little Donald Trump boy there. And the Donald Trump boy looks at the older Donald Trump and says, "Did we make it?" And Donald Trump looks at the boy and says, "Yes, now take your pants off." Because he's a little kid. I said, yeah, just like
Did
that.
you
He would have
did you hear what the Europeans are singing about him?
Oh Lord.
The Aussies are singing. The Aussie boys are on a bender. Donald Trump is a sex offender. The Brits, cover your ears if you're sensitive. Foul language. The Brits are singing. What? He's fat. He's a pile. He's in the Epstein files. Trump's a cunt. Trump's a cunt. Like, that's their chant. And I'm like,
They didn't even do that to Bush.
No. And Bush was horrible and
Yeah.
dumb.
Mm.
Autumn, what you get? Oh Lord Jesus. Okay.
See, when he goes back to the mud, he's going to have a party.
I get very emotional, and it feels like his kids will be, look, I understand grief. I understand, if anybody loses their parent, there's, we're hardwired to have these attachments. But it's just going to be the, "Our dear father," that kind of stuff that's going to be like, "Oh, sit down. You never spoke out about kids and children in cages. Sit down." So I get the kids trying to do something, but
What's going to be funny? I'm waiting to see what medieval costume Melania is going to wear to his funeral. You know how she was dressed when they went to Europe, and she looked like she was, the people from Spain with the black veil on her face and stuff. I was like, dear Lord.
I think she's not going to wear a hat. I think that's it. At his funeral, that's the time she's like, "Whew, I do not."
He doesn't need the 5-foot shield from the kisses from him. Oh my God! Did you see him trying to kiss Macron's wife?
Oh
my God!
She was AI.
She
no,
was like,
true. Yeah.
Oh my God.
yeah, she was like, yeah. I don't know if it's the smell or those lips or both.
Why did you? Anyway, go ahead, Jim. What did you get?
Well, you know how Obama, like he said, if you have limited time in the library, don't watch the replay of all my speeches and stuff, because they have that like going on repeat. He's like, go watch these other videos. Go see, all the people that got us here, and stories from Americans, like people who didn't have health care that now have health care, and blah, blah, blah. He goes, go watch that. You've heard the speeches before. Well, can you imagine a video of Trump's speeches? I mean, the weave, they're not going to age well.
have a
You know, in
special
20
place
years,
in the
everybody's
heart.
going to be like, what the hell? Just like they are now. What the hell is he talking about? I kind of get the opposite. I get the kids are going to wait, you know, all the corruption they got off of daddy, but, you know, you couldn't even go to your son's wedding. Come on. He's a loser. He's viewed as a loser by then. He's a loser by then. Trump Jr. is probably snorting up everything he can. And all the bullying he did to his kids, they're going to wait. They're going to wait until there is new growth in the Republicans' side of things. I just get like, you know, massive abundance of celebrations when he dies, and his kids, they're not going to get, you know, they're greedy. They're not going to give money towards a library for their dad. They're just not.
I mean, why would you? He doesn't read anything. Eight of Swords, Eight of Swords, Four of Pentacles. There is no celebration. There is no celebration. Thank you, Abigail. She'll bring it.
Melania will bring a date to his funeral.
Nice.
Choked up.
That's a shame. Have mercy. Who's that in the casket? I don't know, some guy. Oh, there is like limited. No, there will not be a celebration like this. It's like a conference. It feels like just the speeches of random Z- list people, or people that have donated to him, or people he's been nice to over the years, stuff like that. Kind of like it's a transaction. Like you could have gotten, I don't know if they paid them or not, but you could have got all of those acts that were on the stage for Obama to do all that for free. I don't know if they were paid or not, but you could have got all of them to do it for free, just because of the person, not the event, the person. Donald Trump can't get Vanilla Ice to do anything for free. Too cold, too cold. Autumn, what about the plane?
Have you guys seen, so when there was the big celebration about Obama's new library, President Dumpster Fire, he decided he was going to show off the new plane from Qatar that was, you know, it was stripped down to metal. So I don't think it's bugged or anything like that, but it's, and apparently from the pictures I saw, I didn't see anything from inside the plane. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it was just the outside. The one person who managed to get on just said every single thing is gold.
No,
and but I get a creepy feeling from that plane, and I've literally had people in the chat say I'm getting a really creepy energy off that plane.
Speaking of gold, Autumn, Johnny, and Jenny, did you guys hear the new reporting that allegedly aides and White House staff have walked in on Trump super gluing gold stuff?
Yeah. Yep.
I wish I was joking. I wish I was joking.
It's in the new Haberman book. Yeah.
He's super gluing what now?
Gold on like the walls and stuff. I don't know if is he using gold leaf?
So in their DIY in the White House?
All that gold stuff that's stuck to the walls in the
spray painted gold.
Yeah, all that stuff. He walks around with super glue, just putting more gold stuff. Oh, and then he was walking around with coins, like I don't know if they were challenge coins or something with him. And he was literally gluing them to the doors.
I wish he would freaking eat the goddamn glue. And
my brain is
mouth
glue himself to a piece of furniture.
Glue your effing mouth shut. I mean,
He's walking around just gluing stuff to the.
this is
Yep.
dude. The White House is the dementia ward. It's a freaking dementia ward. I'm not joking.
Who
He's
gave
got
him
an
super
obsession
glue?
now that's coming out from that, lack of
Yeah,
filtering. He's got a fixation on men now, sexy men
Yeah.
and good-looking
Yeah.
men and everything, and it's like it's coming out. It's like, yeah, he
the filter
goes
is
both
gone.
ways.
The
So
filter
we
is
are
gone.
asking about the energy of that plane.
Yeah.
Okay.
Up with the energy of the plane.
Lord have mercy. Super glue and gold stuff on it.
They're saying he's gluing Palmer's chocolate coins all over the place.
Chocolate orange with a little gold wrapper on it.
Johnny, what was it in your these things will be going on at the time Trump goes about water issue?
There's water issues in multiple places at the same time.
Like the reflecting pool?
A whole bunch of it. Yes. Any kind of water issue. Lord, energy.
Maybe this was a Lolita Express in a previous lifetime.
Yes, like the data centers and water, all that.
When you've got Trump's speeches on repeat, I'm sure I'm sure Obama has some speeches where he too is going, eh, eh, eh. So pathetic.
I really wish he would eat that glue.
He probably has. It's gold.
Mm.
Autumn, what you get?
There's I'm getting some kind of weakness. There's some I'm getting a whole lot of some kind of weakness. That's what I'm getting. That they have to like fight against or something. See, this plane is all new. So I mean the shell isn't new, but everything else is. But having worked
Because
on
the plane itself is quite old.
Right, because I worked on the outer edges of the aviation industry. My ex-husband was a commercial pilot, is a commercial pilot, and I guess, and those planes, even that you go on, they are surprisingly safe, really, but they are surprisingly old, and the engines time out within a number of years, and they have to be replaced. There's all kind of stuff that has to be replaced, and that I don't know, because maybe it's just the shell, or I would have thought that double, triple check stuff. I don't know. I could be wrong. Maybe it'll be fun.
Becca, what you get?
It's bad. To add to Autumn's point, I was in aviation. You have so many hours on an engine before you have to replace it. You have so many flight hours where you have to completely bleed out all the fuselage and all the lines with hydraulics and everything. To that extent, this is really bad. It starts with the clouds, it ends with the scythe. This was something that was made as a financial agreement for power and to increase someone's financial standing here in the middle. However, it's a huge financial obligation. If this is flight, that's a crash. So I would not be surprised, because he's the cheap bastard that he is and he can't figure out how to make Americans pay for the maintenance on his airplane, if that thing falls out of the sky. Because this is flight by air. And that's, so, maybe it could be a bird strike as it's taking off, which happens a lot. FOD, foreign object damage. Birds getting into the engine, you got to ground the plane. You're done. So it's like a crash. There's something here where this is like the tower, sort of. So yeah, I don't get good cards on that. So
I'm getting two stories. One is that, like, Melania and the kids will sell it, as soon as they get a chance, because he used this as a grift. It was another way of taking taxpayer money, because he's not going to pay to fix it up. But if you walked on this plane, you would get the heebie-jeebies right away. There's a dead man.
Thank you. Yes. Okay.
He's earthbound. He travels on this plane. He talks on this plane. He has power and control of this plane. If you look to see him, he's not there, but there's a spirit on this plane, and he will haunt Trump. He will haunt him.
Yeah.
There is a spirit on that plane. I don't know who it is.
I get two stories, and that's one of them too. There's a very old man. There's the Ten of Pentacles, the Hierophant, and the Hermit. Somebody wanders there, and they're still attached to that item for whatever reason. I don't know what he may have with the Ten of Pentacles. There could be some connection, family connection to the person who gave it to them, or something of that nature. But I also get that this is a financial obligation. Basically, this is a not duress, but it's like, you do this for us, and because Donald Trump likes presents and gifts, and he thinks that if you gave him an old plane that you have to use American tax money to renovate, that now you're his friend. Now you like him, you worship at the altar of Donald Trump. But this is an obligation with the Nine of Wands and the Emperor. This is a obligation.
And he thinks updating a plane is just super gluing gold all over it. He doesn't understand the mechanics.
gold
Seven of
coins,
Swords,
Jen.
schemes and scams, and then the Five of Pentacles. This is actually not, and mind you, this is one that they said he could be using as Air Force One, but it cannot be refueled in the air. So there's an issue there too. So Five of Pentacles is black and lost and out in the cold. Mechanically, I'm sure it's fine, but there's something else, and I don't know what he would have to do with the plane and its energy, but it's not the energy of that plane. I wouldn't get on. Yeah. But, I'm not invited either, so there's that. Thank you, SW. Okay.
I could help you with that energy and clear it, but I won't, because it's Trump's plane.
So no JenLynTarot.com for you?
No Jinlin Tarot to help you with your ghosts and spirits. I go to a lot of homes and help people with that kind of activity, but yeah, you're on your own on that plane.
So I showed you all. Oh, do I not have it anymore? Of course I don't have it anymore, because that's what I'm looking for, but I showed y'all anyway. Oh, there it is. These two dude bros, right? That is Brian Roa and Michael Thomas. Those were the two people that hatched a plot and a plan to go and assassinate a certain someone at his UFC Sleepy Time event. They were stopped because the Secret Service and the FBI stopped them. The Secret Service kept it secret, and Kash Patel told everybody for whatever reason. What's going to happen with them is my question. Because, again, they were stopped. The event was the next day, and they hadn't left California yet. And when their homes were searched, they found all these guns and all these ammunitions and all this, that, and the other thing. But again, they were in California, and Donald Trump was not. So how they were going to get all those guns and ammunition to where Donald Trump was, I don't know. But they were busted by the Secret Service and the FBI, and Kash Patel is doing a victory lap because he foiled the plot to assassinate the Presidente. But everyone's kind of calling foul because, again, they were in California.
But they're
Donald Trump's event.
And Trump shut down investigations on all the other attempts.
Mm-hmm. Even Tucker Carlson said you are blocking the probe into the Pennsylvania thing. So thank you, Carolyn. So what's going to happen with Brian and Michael? Those are the ones accused.
There are laws in place. You and they had to find these guys somehow. You cannot threaten the president. And there's intent, and this happens, and people get arrested. But Kash Patel can't keep his mouth shut ever.
Well, that's because he's never sober.
Are any of them?
He's always inebriated to some degree.
Who isn't?
I know.
He has trouble focusing on what he needs to because his eyes go in multiple directions. Hey, what's gonna happen to these two guys? Are they just gonna disappear like?
I just find it very suspicious that not a word has been said about Butler, Pennsylvania.
Because he shut down the investigation. That came out.
Yeah, isn't that kind of
Trump
nothing suspicious to see here?
Trump
Nothing
shut
at
it
all.
down.
Raymond, I like that trashed Patel. I like that.
Listen, I have what you call that thing? The tarot screen that I used to have behind me.
Mm-hmm.
I thought somebody stole that, right? I tell that story to this day. That happened 48 years ago. I thought somebody stole it because it was delivered, and I walked outside and there was nothing there. And I'm like, oh my God. And I went and got the cards and I said, did somebody steal my thing? And it said no, but I kept searching until I got the 7 of Swords because I had to, I was emotional. You shouldn't read when you're emotional. And so I know somebody stole it because it's not there. I tell that story to this day, right? Nobody did anything. It was just delivered to the house behind me, literally, because we were H and that was N, and it looked like an H when you step back and look at it. Somebody shot me in the ear. I'm going to tell that story in place of that other story. And I'm going to tell it forever. And I'm going to tell it every day. Somebody say, hey, how are you doing? This rain is crazy, huh? Yeah, you remember that time I got shot in the ear? Oh my God, it wasn't raining that day. Couldn't you imagine if it was raining that I'd have blood all down the thing?
Did you see the miracle ear that grew back? Did you see my miracle ear?
He's still talking about the time that Hillary Clinton beat him for the election, and then he thinks that was stolen. And then Joe Biden beat him for the election. He thinks that was stolen. He tells those stories every day. Meanwhile, somebody shot him in the ear. He ain't said nothing about it since then.
Nothing suspicious.
Make it make sense, please. Somebody, Jesus. Autumn, what you get?
I'm getting these guys' lives are not going to go so well at all. This was boneheaded, bad decisions, a really dire future. I don't know if it's they're going to focus on this, or if it started out with just like so.
There's. Oh, is Autumn freezing or am I freezing?
Yeah, I think she's freezing.
Okay, I'm like, am I freezing too? Because everybody froze for me.
So much for fixed internet.
Yeah.
Bless her heart. Come back, Autumn.
The FBI is spying on us.
Yeah.
There's two question for the internet.
Oh, the rain. My TV keeps going out because I can't retain the satellite.
Yeah, just dumb. These are not. This is not going to be the basis of a future movie. No, these are idiots.
but somebody might get paid to take them out.
Oh, jeez.
There's stuff being done in secret. You know, if they're offered a plea deal, like, it's not a good offer. So in order to keep everything held close to the chest, there's a payout to possibly take them out, is what I'm getting. Like, put them 6 feet under. Death card. There's money involving this, and then make them go away. And then it's about challenging the court documents, to get, or the FBI, do a request on the FBI documents, to find out what records they have on it. It just kind of goes nowhere because there's conspiracy behind this. There's collusion. There's people working together on this to sweep it under the rug. So I don't know that they'll either be taken out physically or thrown in a concentration camp in Ecuador or somewhere, Venezuela or wherever they're shipping people these days.
Becca, what you get?
There's a man that's going to be delivering a very important gift or offer, and it's going to be kept secret. Make that what you will.
Mm-hmm.
I get the Knight of Cups. A lot of this is for show. The Knight of Cups and the Ten of Cups. There is still some punishment that will be rendered out, but this is like something to make you believe in the show, because again, he wants his ballroom. Now, mind you, he just took $352 million away from the Secret Service to funnel towards his ballroom, which a lot of people were like, why would you weaken your security detail and then talk about you're in danger? But
if you're so endangered, why are you having UFC fights on your front lawn? He's not afraid.
So I have a question. And lucky girl, you bring up Zazzle again. I'm gonna find you. Okay. Whole time. Does Donald Trump have a crush on the Prime Minister of Italy? The Prime Minister Meloni, does he have a bit of a crush? He said she begged to take pictures with me. Now, he's a pig, so he would say something like that because he doesn't know how to just say, oh, I like you. Do you like me too? Check yes or no. Does he have a crush? Or is he just being gross?
Meanwhile, everybody else is like, don't get within 2 feet of me, you smell.
He's kind of the same. And she was like, no, I did not beg to take a picture with you.
She was in his face.
Yeah, well, there was literally, if you go back and you watch that whole thing, there were people that were literally going like this to get away from it.
Yeah. Every time they lined up for a picture, everybody's like, wait, even sitting in that circle where they spaced them out way far away from each other, they're like,
he is such an embarrassment. I can't even.
Well, the other day he tweeted out a picture of a woman, my lovely daughter or granddaughter, I love you so much, or something like that. Nobody in his family. No, it wasn't Ivanka. It wasn't what's the black sheep of the family? The ugly one, Tiffany. And I don't mean that she's ugly, but that's what they call her. It wasn't anybody in the family. It was just some random woman he found on the internet.
It wasn't random.
Was it Kai?
No. I'm so sorry. See, what he said was great daughter, my honor, president.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The woman's daughter. This woman had been at camp. That photo was probably taken at Camp David. The woman's daughter is a stacked blonde, Trump's type.
This wasn't her, Jenny. This wasn't her. This woman was like she was wearing like a black suit, right?
Yeah.
And she was on the phone. Yeah.
Yeah. the mystery blonde behind Trump's it was her mother and that's why he said nice daughter. He was commenting on her daughter, who is totally his type. Margot Castamatidis, I can't pronounce her last name. She was around Trump in the early 1990s and 2000s. His daughter, her husband was a billionaire in New York City. Also has a radio show, owns a bunch of grocery stores, and his daughter, Margot Andrea is her daughter's name, led the Manhattan Republican Party for nearly a decade. She is a staunch backer of President Trump's. But their daughter, I don't know if I can get this to show up on camera.
We don't need to see it. Autumn, what you get?
She's stacked, like totally his type.
Apparently, what I'm getting is the rain is killing my internet. Okay, basically, I have read on this man for too long. I've read too much about this man, and there are some things that are so gross that he just apparently did just to regular women back in the day. So he always thought he thinks he's 100 feet tall with his long blonde hair flowing in the wind and look at me and virile and young and a whole lot of that.
Oh no, she froze again. Damn it. Okay, I think you're back. Wave your hand. No.
There it is. Now you're back.
There it is. Now you're back. Now you're back. I can see you blinking. You're back.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. This is so infuriating.
Blame it on the rain.
Blame it on the rain. He thinks he's all that. A whole lot of wands. Any woman should be grateful for his attention, and yeah, he thinks she's a woman and pretty, and therefore an object for him to do whatever he wants, and she should just be grateful. That's all I'm getting.
He's so gross.
Johnny, can I ask a quick question?
Mm-hmm.
Autumn mentioned something about his hair. I sent you all that picture. Can we read on that later? Was that really his toupee falling out of his head at the G7? Because that was hilarious. That picture was freaking hilarious. But does he have a crush on her? No, she's out of his age range, meaning she's not under 18. This is a woman that is older, wiser, of character, honest. She's too old for his liking, if I can put it that way.
Hey, this is a part of his dementia too. This is the erratic behavior, no filter, bullying, pushing, he's doing it over and over again. Then he wanders off the stage and somebody has to go find him. So it's the impulse control is what I'm getting in the dementia.
I wouldn't call it a crush, I don't think, but it is, well, I'm going to still say he's attracted to her, though. Three of Swords in the Temperance. And this is his way of basically telling others that she was attracted to me. She liked me. She wanted to take a picture with me. It's BS, sure, but everything he says is in that category. So,
Ew.
Somebody come get him, please, Jesus.
Stephen Colbert is doing like internet shows now, and he did a skit where he bronzed himself like Trump, and he's like, "Don't worry about your eyes or your ears or your hair." And then he took bologna, a piece of bologna, and he was like smashing it all over his face, like doing a Trump "get ready with me" tutorial. It was disgusting and funny at the same time.
So, okay. switching gears from him. Senate lawmakers are threatening to freeze Defense Secretary. Mind you, there's the meme out there. Pete Hegseth, Department of War, Secretary of War, started his first war, lost his first war. Secretary of War Pete Hegseth travel budget. They might freeze it if the Pentagon does not turn over more details about the deadly bombing of the Iranian girls' school in February. Because they have been requesting this information and they have been slow walking the release of this information. And so they want the information about the Iranian girls' school bombing, and they want full videos of the lethal strikes against the alleged drugs smuggling in the middle of the ocean, too. And so they said they would freeze 75% of his travel budget if he does not start releasing information. This is.
Please freeze it while he's overseas somewhere so he can't get back.
Well, he could come back. The rest of everybody else would get stuck, I guess. So my question is, though, will they follow through with this threat of freezing?
Did you see, Johnny, that it's being reported that Grok was the one that picked the targets?
Mm-hmm, because they've been given a defense contract or something.
Grok.
AI.
Elon Musk's AI that got in trouble for making graphic content of little people.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's why they're saying they can't do anything about the air pollution that his data centers are causing north of Memphis
Turbines.
because they're involved in defense.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, he doesn't have a permit for any of his turbines.
I can. Should I go?
Yes, go ahead.
Trump has started being very creative on where he's getting money. Trump is saying I can do anything I want, and he's literally saying I'm the president and you're not. He's saying that over and over and over to lots and lots of people. Come on, guys, I'm the president. You can't make fun of me. You have to do what I say. I'm the president. But no, he's really saying I'm the president. You're not. Hegseth thinks he's got it all set up. It'll be just glorious. But yeah, there can be some serious legislative decisions there. But then I've got these two aces that it's like, oh, that's a bad decision for us. Well, we'll just find another way. Even if they try to go scorched earth on his budget, he could be hemmed in, but then they'll get kind of creative about the money and just go about his merry little drunken way.
Jen, what you get?
They're gonna blow up his travel budget. This is a travel card for me, and looking to see what else they unearth, like who they're contracting with, and the government, this department, looking into the girls' school. They're gonna get spun a line of bullshit, so they're gonna have to wait a little bit and return to that after the elections, I'll say. When they can unveil the secrets of what all's been going on here, they're gonna have to wait till there's a change in the House.
I think he releases bits and drips and drops. It's not enough. If I were in charge of all this, it's not enough to say, okay, I'm not following through, because here is the disaster. Again, his travel budget there. There is a lot of regret and loss and that type of thing. And then there's his governmental travel budget. But it's still there. It's still sort of intact with this because he may cooperate, but it's something small. It's like he may release a report about a boat in the middle of the water somewhere that they blew up. But they really want, how did we blow up a whole school full of girls type of thing, because this is the kind of thing you blame on other countries. And so that's what they really want, but I don't think that's what they're going to get. Not right now.
Do any of you play games on your phones?
Yes.
Have you noticed, like, all of a sudden, since this war started, all of a sudden I am seeing Marine ads all over it, and I never saw military ads on my phone, when I'm playing and they do an ad break. I am seeing so much military ads on the phone, and all tough men. They don't show any women, of course, because they're trying to get the women out of the military.
I like how you want more people in the military, but tell a whole bunch of people they can't join.
Yeah, except for you and you.
Can I go, Johnny?
Go for it.
Oh, sorry, Becca.
There's shortages, but there's still a way for him to go out and party and have a good time. So there's shortages, there's partying, and there's a good time. So
go get Cash Patel's liquor. What's it called?
Cash Patel. It was self-entitled or self-titled. It had his name on the bottle. It was a whiskey or something like that, I think.
Entitled and titled.
That's not something to be proud of, man.
At all, especially when people accuse you of being a drunk.
It had the FBI. It had the FBI logo on it too.
Yeah.
And his name.
Because that's what you do. Well, speaking of cross eyes, Jamie Raskin is investigating whether Cash Patel used more than $1 million in taxpayer-funded FBI bonuses as a personal slush fund to reward loyal agents.
Yep.
According to the judiciary, Democrats, Patel allegedly directed unsanctioned payments. Sounds like unwashed bills or unmarked bills type of thing. Unsanctioned payments to members of his inner circle, including agents tied to his so-called payback squad and personal security detail. So, what will come of this investigation? Mind you, we're still dealing with the Trump regime, so not holding out any much hope, but what's going to happen with that? Woodford Reserve Bourbon, that's what it was. Just, you take 50 cents from a grocery store, you're going to jail for 38 years. They steal millions of dollars and they get to run the FBI.
Yeah. He learned from the best or the worst. Ethics? What ethics? Walk away from those. Now, I do have the truth coming out at some point, but I think Democrats have to have more power. They will be investigating all the Trump stuff before they even get to Patel. You could seriously, these two administrations, you could spend the next 50 years just investigating these two administrations.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I just jumped in. Sorry.
Go for it. Becca, what you get?
After the midterms, there's something really, really solid there, and it continues to grow. It has a lot of energy around the payments. There's a paper trail as well. And there's a woman here. I don't know who this is. Obviously, it's not Jamie Raskin, but there's a woman here involved. So I don't know who that is. If that would be like I don't know, AOC, Pramila Jayapal or somebody. But it's after the elections when there's significant growth and that group has more energy. That boy's going to be in trouble. Did you see that there's also a bipartisan investigation into Stephen Miller?
Oh, please. Oh, please. Oh, please. Oh, please. Oh, please.
I know. That one shocked me because it's bipartisan. I was like, what? And it's about him telling Trump to get rid of habeas corpus and do martial law. So I was like, huh.
Jen, what you got?
Like Becca, I think it's not going to be till after the election the House, like, can unearth all the evidence. The evidence is going to come out. It's going to a lot of details that we don't know about, but it's also like I think Trump will be gone first. So they gotta address the elephant in the room first, and then start doing investigations. I also get a woman there helping investigate. There's foreign involvement. There's they're also gonna. I think this whole foreign war thing. Look into all of that because a lot of it's just image. It's bullshit. How's it going to go for Cash? Not good. He might get sent away eventually.
Up the river of Styx. So,
Make them license plates.
After there is significant growth or growth periods for whoever is trying to investigate whatever that little coalition is. So more likely after the midterms, there is a whole bunch of money that they need to investigate, from Christy Nome to Cash Patel to Hegseth and his $9 million crab leg buffet he had. Like, there's a bunch of it, and Lord Jesus.
Just imagine
how long this would take.
Just imagine what Dr. Oz is doing. Nobody's paying attention to him.
An RFK. I mean,
nobody's paying attention to them.
No.
Most people are struggling to pay for groceries, and you're having caviar and crab legs, and
then the education department, and then the HUD. There's just anyway.
You're taking money from other areas to fund your war and in your UFC fights.
Wait, it's not a war; it's a conflict.
It's not a war; it's a conflict.
And the Strait of Hormuz is closed again, so.
That brings me to my
next full tank of gas, people. Keep a full tank of gas. That's all I'm going to say.
Because he said it's over. But, he's Donald Trump, and that's what he would say. But I want to look at some relationships here, because Vance has been throwing little bitty jabs, little small ones, baby jabs, at Netanyahu, saying, I would not piss off the only people who's got your back right now, is what he said, basically, paraphrasing. So I want to look at the relationship between Netanyahu and the U.S., or Trump's administration, not the U.S. There are two different things. Sorry. Netanyahu and the Trump administration.
Well, Trump has been coming, there's reporting that Trump has been saying, railing that Netanyahu is trying to trick him.
Mm-hmm. Trying? No. Succeeded? Yes. We're already in the war, sir. You spent $80 billion losing a war, and then $300 more billion giving them concessions. You pick one fight and lost. I guess he can't even say he picked the fight. He was drugged into it because, yes, he was tricked. Becca, what you get?
Listen, I think this is all bullshit. And I think it's just for show for social media, to get the likes and the clicks and to try to control the narrative. This is social media and social media posts. It starts here with the lie and a betrayal. I think that what we're seeing out in public and in press conferences is a show. Because I think behind the scenes, this is what both parties desire. Trump, because he wants waterfront property in Gaza and possibly extending out to Lebanon. And Netanyahu, because he desires a wider area in the region. It's all a lie. That's all I'm going to say about that. I wouldn't say that it's tricky. I would say that it's a show. The disagreements and the friction, I would say, is a show, because ultimately both parties desire the same thing. So,
Autumn, what you get?
It's pretty simple. It comes down to the money, big money. The way that the partnership continues is because of the big money. Otherwise, this would be a falling off, but the money is what keeps it going. And but our president of these United States is an incompetent moron. He is dumb as a box of hair, and he has been taken for a ride. And so he can't get a peace deal. And Netanyahu's continuing to do what Netanyahu's going to do, adding insult to injury. And there's Trump hemmed in going, but I'm the president. You have to do what I want. You have to do what I want. I'm a president. And that's working so well. Can you tell I don't like this guy?
It's, I don't think they are on the same page with what they want. I think, what America wants is different from what Netanyahu wants, is different from what Trump wants. Trump is all about the celebrity, the properties, the agreements on that, and making money. That's his is all the emotional stuff, the things that get him off, which is money. But I think that Netanyahu is like, I'm not accepting any plans here. He wants to make refugees and kick people out of places and condense them down and stuff. So I don't think it's about the real estate, like glamorous places so much for him as I want their land. He doesn't want any Palestinians or Arabs or Middle Eastern Muslims. I'll put it that way. He doesn't want any Muslims on his land.
Unless you're buying a ticket. 4 of Swords, Page of Wands, 7 of Pentacles, and the Wheel of Fortune. The relationship between Netanyahu and this administration. There will be some pulling back, but here's my thing. I would be, and we know this of Donald Trump because he's not a businessman. He's a narcissist. He wants cheers and congratulations. He's gone bankrupt 490 million times. He couldn't sell water.
How bad do you have to be when you can't even sell bottled water?
Sell water.
or vodka, Johnny. Vodka, remember?
Or booze. Like, this is America.
And how many restaurants are in his hotels and everything else, and you still can't make it? You still can't make it work.
You couldn't even buy your own water and put it in your own, like,
Exactly.
But here's my thing. I
He's
think
so stupid.
that the stuff that he's been given, these concessions, these bribes, these little the Trail of Treats is a story about, and it's heartbreaking, but it's a real, I think, Scandinavian story, but where if you have too many mouths to feed back in the day, you would send your child down the Trail of Treats or into the forest. And there's all these sweets and things hanging from the trees. And then what your hope is that they would get lost and not come back because you couldn't feed them. That's what this feels like. It's though they're just dragging him along until he gets a cutter plane and it falls out the sky. They drag you along until you get what you think is a great land deal and you're not here to see it, or they take it from you, or the people of that land are now protesting you. And like, it's not, this is not a seed that is going to grow into something that he likes. This is going to be bad.
He's so stupid. He took an old plane that needed to be renovated to even use it.
Yeah.
Like, and he thinks it's a great thing. He's so stupid. It's
The
like
gifts that he was getting were all low-key trolls, and he's too stupid to understand that he was getting trolled.
Mm-hmm. So the next one, Vance and Donald Trump. So poll time. Will JD Vance stay in his place and be vice president, or does he have some ambition? Because apparently Donald
grow
Trump
a brain and get the
has
hell
been
out.
throwing shots at him too, and pulling the rug out from under him in a couple of situations. And so, will that relationship remain strong, or will it too break down?
Chaos. And Vance, how Vance just completely ignoring the fact of look what happened to the person who had the job before you. Oh no. Trump is I've compared him to Hitler, but no, he's wonderful. I'm sure nothing bad will happen to me.
The JD Vance went on The View, and the ladies on The View dog walked his ass, especially Anna Navarro. Well deserved.
when you sit in the situation room to try to figure out what you're going to do about your pedophile boss.
Right.
Listen, don't call me. I'm going to give JD Vance, that little weasel bastard. I don't think he was doing that to try to cover up for Trump. I think he was trying to get the people in that room to agree to release the information to make Trump look bad. You know, he's only loyal to himself, just like Trump, except he's a bigger weasel, you know?
Autumn, what you get? Was it just the moon?
What is their relationship? I guess these cards are. It might just be aspirational, but I hope this is what happens. I get that ultimately he's going to have heartache. He's going to have heartache because the victory, Trump's great victory, is going to, that whole thing's going to end with the end of Trump. And there are a whole lot of Democrats that come into power. Please, can we do this? Can we vote? Can we do vote, but seriously, can we do? That's what I'm getting. Might be aspirational. That's what I'm getting.
Becca, what you get?
The relationship is here with the ring. It is a relationship built on agreements of corruption and thievery and dismantling and eating away and taking away, but ultimately is a relationship where one tries to rise above the other and control. This is rising up. This is control. Trying to get one up the other. You know what I'm saying? Not one up the other, but to rise above the other, to be in control, to elevate their status in power. But it's built around corruption, and there is a lot of fear in this relationship too. So either Vance is anxious that he's not able to control and have the same type of power that Trump has, and I'm using that term loosely, but the type of grip he has on the Congress and the Senate and the MAGA base, there's fear on that part, and on Trump, it's a fear that someone's going to take over his position, if that makes sense. But it's a relationship of one trying to rise above the other.
That's exactly what I'm getting. It's a we're Republicans. How are we going to control the rest of the Republicans? How are we going to protect our donors and the quid pro quo and everything that we've been doing all along? And who's going to rise up above? Who's going to have the intellect to rise up above. It's you got two idiots fighting is what you have. You got two people without a brain fighting.
It's like Game of Thrones, but with like really uninteresting
But
characters.
with Dumb and Dumber in it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
with Dumb and Dumber. Instead of like really bad, horrible people like Cersei Lannister or Jamie Lannister. No, these are just morons. Dumb and Dumber.
Two people having two unarmed people having a battle of wits.
Yeah.
And just like in Dumb and Dumber, one of them shits himself all the time.
Yeah. Yes.
I mean,
Idiocracy, the other movie.
watch this space. But there is a person, I don't know who he is. This is a man outside of both Trump and JD Vance that is coming forth to establish himself as a front runner in the GOP. He's got the page of wands, so he's going to do a lot of talking, a lot of tweeting, a lot of cable news, that type of thing. He's a Republican, ain't one of us. And the Wheel of Fortune and the Three of Cups, he's got little support, but it's growing. That's the problem. They're pretending like he is not a threat right now, but he is. Because for whatever reason, his charisma is starting to grow within the GOP. So I didn't get JD Vance and Trump on that. There's somebody else coming in, and he's got a lot of charisma, a whole bunch of it. And they're starting to like him. And mind you, the GOP right now is waffling a little bit because Donald Trump just lost a war. And then he is now saying, okay, my MOU, Memoranda of Understanding, a memo to end the war is now sort of up in the flames because he said, if you don't do this by 10 o'clock tonight, I'm going to kick your behind type of thing. So he's already threatening Iran again. So there is no end to the war, like I said.
I got a follow-up question to this one.
Go for it.
If JD Vance, like if they impeach Trump or whatever, something took Trump out, would JD Vance pardon Trump?
Oh God. Oh.
What little, I change my
like
face
when Joe
as
Biden
often as
said
my
that.
name.
You just start laughing.
Would he pardon?
Would he pardon?
I don't remember seeing JD at the UFC fights. I could be wrong.
I think so. Star of the Moon and the Six of Wands. Like a blanket type of thing. Thank you, Gloria. My last deck, she sent me some decks, Gloria did, came yesterday. And two of them are Christmas themed, so now I have Christmas decks to read with.
Yay.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and thank you, Jasmine, for my bracelet, too. I just got all kind of things. I just wanted to let y'all know.
I get he would too. Like if it secured something for him in the future, strength on that. If it secured, votes, manifesting a lot of votes, if he decides to stay in politics and stuff. If it served a purpose for JD, he would.
Back on what you get.
Yes, but there's also talks or meetings about how to expand the powers of the presidency even more than what they already are for Vance. So there's talks, negotiations, meeting, power, expansion. So yes, he would, but then on top of that, he wants even more powers. So
Wants to be a dictator too.
mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be the weird one here. I'm gonna be the odd person out because what I have is that what I'm getting is that Vance is such a he is such a vacuum inside. It's a void. It's why he keeps kept changing his name, his profession, how he's looked at, who he supports, who he doesn't support, just on and on and on and on. And if he comes into the presidency, the cards I have here are mine. This validation that this is my presidency, this is mine. And I'm getting he does not want to help Trump because he doesn't want to face the judgment. He doesn't want to have to defend that for the rest of however long he's in office. That and the fact that I'm getting that Donald has hurt his widow feelings. And he doesn't, maybe he will, but I'm just getting, he does not want to have to talk about it forever. And if he pardons him, it's not going to go away.
I can see that. I can see Vance doing something like that because he's such a weasel. He's such a weasel, that man, and which is insulting to weasels, but
That's funny because it's true.
So, the Heritage Foundation.
Oh, yay.
The White Heritage Foundation. Yeah.
Which already at the start of that sentence bothers me. But they have sued for the release of Biden's audio.
What audio?
And Biden has sued the DOJ to block the release, and he has now lost that. There's apparently a bunch of audio and proof, they say, or audio files that contain proof that Joe Biden mishandled classified information.
Oh, did he keep it at Mar-a-Lago in the bathroom?
Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you, Michelle, and thank you, Torp, as well. They want the release of that information because they want to know if Joe Biden mishandled classified information and documents.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
What was this while Biden was in office?
They sued after he left, but they're saying that he mishandled while he was in office. Yes.
Yeah, you mean the way that the Supreme Court has said that presidents can't face charge? You have to leave them alone based on
Unity.
just this. It's just like
but see,
Supreme Court.
They asked the Supreme Court to put a little footnote in there. Everyone is subject. The only person that is subject to this is Donald Trump. Everyone else is null and void. It's like it's just so
And Joe Biden was saying this, it was privacy concerns, and they said, well, it didn't involve you and your family. Like, your family was not in there, so your privacy is null and void. So I just want to know what's going to happen with all of this. Are they going to find anything?
Okay, you want to do this? Let's do this. Because if they get anything from Biden, it opens the floodgates. There are the resources. There is people on the far right on the defensive, and one giant devil card. You will regret this. Go ahead.
Make a lot of Republicans nervous. It's like ultimately they're going to walk away from this because this action is playing to the supporters. Like, oh, look, we're going to go after Joe Biden. We're going to go after all the Democrats and everything. It's delusional. There's nothing there. It's just gaslighting Americans. So it would cause investigations into Republicans that might surprise some people because of their foreign relationships, I'll put it that way. The money that they're getting from foreign places, it's been going on a long time. Also, travel, things that traveling places, Republicans, yeah, they're going to get a different spin on this really, really quick and start thinking about it differently, because there's going to be a lot of anxiety of people suddenly facing some legal issues.
Becca, what you get?
Doesn't go anywhere. Nothing comes out of it. So there's the administration, the White House, whatever. There's your classified information, the secrets. Blocked, delayed, big problems around it, and then, yay, nothing there. You know, like, it's just, and it's almost like they're trying to use that to take attention away from something else that's happening domestically, quite possibly, with the house here being domestic secrets with an enemy that's causing a lot of chaos and a lot of problems. So I don't know if they want to try to take the headlines away from the current war. Stop calling it a conflict. You know, bad economy. People can't. Do you see what I'm saying? So
And this
it's
is
not going to go anywhere.
everything that they
Yep.
put up. It's somebody in the comments will say, "Yeah, release the Epstein files." Or the reflecting poll, yeah, release the Epstein files.
Yep. Exactly. And if he's so innocent, why is he working overtime? Just like he did to cover up his taxes and everything else. If you have nothing to hide, put it out there.
I'm not in there. I'm calling for the release.
I mean, come on.
The Fool and the Four of Cups. This goes nowhere. There's nothing to see. They have to accept that. Ends in the Three of Wands. It just kind of drifts off into nothingness. But again, this is really not. They're not doing it to Trump, which means this has nothing to do with you trying to hunt down people who mishandle classified information.
If that were the case, the entire administration would be behind bars. The current administration, Mr. Pete Hegseth, holding super classified meetings over Signal and inviting reporters. Sure.
Barron Trump has an energy drink that launched last month.
They didn't learn from his dad's bottled water.
No, you know what? You know what?
SOLLOS by Yerba Mate.
Yeah, get some of that Yerba Mate out of the reflection pool that Daddy just fixed up.
Will he be successful? Mind you, he is a Trump. So people would buy something from him just because of who he is. We probably wouldn't, but somebody would.
Will that algae in it?
I don't. You know, energy drinks got all kind of interesting things in there.
Peroxide, little algae, little paint. God knows what's in it, since they're deregulating a lot of things to tell us what's in our food and water.
Can I go?
Mm-hmm.
Because I got something really quickly on this one, and that is, first of all, this feels like it would give you the massive jitters. But what I'm getting, I've got him the child here. What it feels like is this business is like some of his other businesses, and it's the Trump way of doing business, which is to have all of these different companies, all these other different and shell corporations when possible, or deals, so that you can move money. That I'm getting this hiding. You try these different things, but it's their way of doing business is to basically create a maze. And that's what I'm getting. But yeah, I'm getting big time jitters from this thing. But he's got Kelly says it probably has ivermectin in it. Yeah, there we go. I've got a burden of all the different things he's doing. I understand if you have a certain amount of money, there are definitely ways to take advantage of the system.
See,
But there's also just you're part of a family of con
there
artists.
is some odd behavior going on too with that, because his partners, one of them, his dad lives like down the street from Mar-a-Lago or something like that. So they had a bunch of their like test batches and things that they were storing at his house. And they were using his house for some sort of tax thing. And he said it had nothing to do with him being a Trump donor and all this. His son or grandson is a partner of Barron, and that's why they were using his house.
Sure, Jan.
Mm-hmm. It was something like that. It was something weird.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, just like Trump is 6'5", 245 pounds, right?
238. He slimmed down.
238. Sorry. Meanwhile, he looks like a freaking. You ever been to? Okay, this is going to be gross, but it's the closest comparison I can come up with. You ever go to like 7-Eleven and you see those hot dogs that they have sitting out all day in the little spinny thing?
Blistering hot dogs. Yeah.
Tell me that does not look like Donald Trump, an overcooked, boiled, old ass hot dog.
Sweaty, blistering hot dog.
And lately, I don't know if it's all the medication that he's on for his heart problems or whatever.
Looks bad.
He looks really bad, but his clothes, it's like you're stuffing sausage into a casing. Like even his clothes look too tight now. You know, I saw that when he was at the G7, when he went to go sit, you can see rolls upon rolls upon rolls upon rolls, and he can't, you know, he's like tugging on his, yeah, he's like, he just looks like he's overstuffed, you know, like you're a size 24 trying to fit into a size 2, you know, like.
Jabba the Hutt comes
serious.
to life.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord. Okay.
Intrepid.
Oh, you want me to go?
Yes.
Oh, sorry, go. What
No, I
were
was just
you
going to say,
saying?
intrepid viewer is saying, ew, I'll never eat a hot dog again.
Yeah, no.
I see clouds.
Yeah. Will it do good? No. But with what Autumn is saying, this provides alternatives and options to what they desire. The business itself does not do well. Ultimately is going to be a very bad choice. The business doesn't do well, but it gives them alternatives to what they want.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm going to say drink at your own risk. The card says it all. Drink at your own risk. But the details about the contract, it's a cover-up. They're doing something else with this business. What they always do. So yeah, there's money, that dark money they're laundering. It's corruption. It's how much money can we channel through this, and let's do it before Trump dies and everybody dies and this whole administration dies. It's duplicitous. It's not what it.
Now, mind you, always drink energy drinks at your own risk. But because who was a Panera Bread, they had one that they had to discontinue because 2 people died. Now, mind you, they were sensitive to caffeine, but apparently it has 3 times as much caffeine in it as an energy drink does. And so it was called Charged Lemonade, and 2 people died from it.
wow.
With this, I get the, Lord Jesus, the 8 of Cups. There's an alternative. This is a different route. You have to go somewhere else and do some other thing. That's what it's for. The 6 of Cups for your friends and your buddies and your confidants. And the 2 of Cups, this is a deal. This has nothing to do with energy drinks and business. This is for something else. But go for it.
You take the loss from one company and you apply it to another part of the company, and you just start moving all of these losses around so you can pocket money from somewhere, and you pay nothing in taxes ever.
Mm-hmm. The reflecting pool. We'll get it fixed anytime soon. Do y'all know? Okay, let me show you two pictures here. Okay. Wait a minute. John, what's the child name? John Cafaro? John Cafaro, who looks like some kind of Scooby-Doo villain. Jesus Christ.
That
Yes.
guy. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Jenny.
I would have
Jenny.
got away with it too if it wasn't for them meddling kids.
Jenny, what's the name of that cartoon
Thank you, Beatrice.
where it was the husband and wife and they were villains, but the cartoons were like black and white?
Bull.
Bullwinkle,
Bullwinkle.
the Boris and Natasha
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
That's what
But-
that guy looks like.
But first, moose and squirrel.
Yeah,
Moose
there
and
you go.
Pearl,
Now
yeah.
I'm gonna show you who I think he looks like. Okay.
While you're looking, I showed a different picture of him this morning, and yeah, my first thoughts were, see, prohibition works.
Oh my
You
god.
know,
I mean, seriously.
I'm sure the stock market's just gonna keep riding up. That's
I
know.
am convinced that super cool villains only exist in Hollywood because we keep getting all the dumb ones. Like, can we just? I mean, come on, come on.
This man is named Paul Bearer. Paul Bearer. Paulbearer. Paul Bearer. Paul Bearer was the manager of a man named Undertaker.
Oh God.
And now
I remember
John
the
Cafaro gets to
Undertaker.
go kill the reflecting pool. I just wanted to put that out.
I just
Tell me that's not John
I mean-
Cafaro.
He looks like from the 1920s, a silent movie villain. He just,
I mean,
Paul Bearer was the best. This guy, but like
He's,
tell me that's not Paul Bearer.
it's
yeah,
the same.
yeah. I mean, you're never going to find him because he's going to be down on the track tying a woman to the tracks. You know, down at the train yard.
Doing this with his mustache.
Yes.
No, y'all don't compare him to Gomez Adams. Gomez Adams was cool as hell.
Oh my god.
He loved his wife.
He looked like he ate Gomez Adams.
I know.
Where you
Gomez
get addicted
Adams
that fast, Jesus.
loved his wife. He loved his kids. Yeah, he was a little weird, but you know.
He was
Hey, Shoe shine black hair dye. You're absolutely right in the chat. He looks like,
He
he's
looks
probably
like a cartoon
75, 80 years old and putting black dye on his.
He looks even worse with the cigar in his mouth.
Oh,
Like, okay,
Wait, what's our
reflecting pool,
question?
will they fix it? That was
oh, will they fix
Well-
it? I got too tickled.
Oh, somebody already did it for me. I didn't see that. Good luck, you guys. I'm like, bless
I
his
don't think that guy can fix the pool. I think because it would ruin his spats.
the cigar. Like,
That was
I'm
the one.
just-
That was the one I was showing. Yeah.
Listen,
what kind of planet is this right now?
In
Like,
that
that's what
picture,
that's what
Yeah,
I'm
it-
saying. We can't even get cool villains, dude. This is ridiculous.
I mean,
Like,
that's definitely Boris and Natasha because Natasha had long hair like that.
yeah. If you look closely at that picture, there's so much wax in his hair. It looks like he has two parts. It's because it's so shiny.
I think the better question, Johnny, would be what the hell is he going to break next?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
You know, he tore down the West Wing. He effed up the reflecting pool. He made a circus out of the freaking lawn.
I
You know,
like
he wants-
Michelle Obama's line that legacy is not putting your name on a building.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Well, they're
Auto
getting-
mechanic.
I don't think this guy has remotely the incompetence to fix anything. This was an awful decision. This was far too important. But he was friends with Trump, wasn't he? Something like that.
Yeah.
The donor.
A
Yeah,
donor
and now,
who got a no bid contract.
Mhm.
No bid
Oh.
contract.
and now Trump's being made fun of, and guys, stop it! I'm the president. You can't. You don't yell at me.
Well, he's
I
trying to
don't.
blame Obama. He's trying to blame Obama now. I'm not kidding. It's Obama's fault.
Of course it is. Of course it is. These are not cards of a man who can fix this. This is isolation and sleepless nights. I'm not getting, and it's going to cost us millions more dollars.
Here's a great idea.
We're at
All the
14.
money that Trump and his family and his entire cabinet has looted from the country, take it all from them and fix all this shit up. Because I am tired of these people telling us we don't have money for medical, we don't have money for schools. Hell, we don't even have money to feed your kids at school. But I want an arc to Trump. I want to wreck the freaking West Wing. I want to destroy the pool. I want to go start an endless war. I want this. You want it, you pay for it. Because we pay for goods and services, not for vanity projects in this country. I asked if the reflecting pool would be fixed by the end of this year. That's a straight no.
What you get, Jim?
They're going to keep trying to do things in secret because, you know, they got too much grief when we all
Right
saw
here.
them pouring peroxide in it.
Right here, Jen.
Yeah,
Something
doing
that
it.
was destroyed in secret.
Yeah, they're going to try different things, and it's like you're doing the same thing over and over again. Judgment call, and you're just killing it worse. Like it's so.
Hey.
It won't be fixed until we have a Democrat in the White House. Sorry, guys, it won't. None of it.
And here's the thing, Jen. While I completely agree with you, don't make us freaking pay for that.
Yeah,
That was
tax the
completely-
billionaires.
That was illegal. He did it all without congressional approval while lining his own pockets. Even if the bastard is 10 feet back into the mud, get it out of his money.
That's right. Go take Mar-a-Lago and sell it and use that. Go take Bedminster and sell it and use that. And
I said in some comment section somewhere that if he wants to renovate something and start with his family, start with yourself. But if you want this to be fixed, this is not the guy to do it. Strength in the Page of Pentacles, there is your contract there to do whatever it is you're going to do. And then there's the Death and the Ten of Wands. That change is burdened, and that burden usually comes with competency, because the Ten of Wands needs to be done a different way. That is what the Ten of Wands teaches, is that it's still a burden, but in order to carry this burden, you need a different strategy. You see that person? They can't do that like this. It's not effective. So drop them all and pick up one. Pick up two, get some help, get you a barrel, tie them over your shoulder like a continental soldier. Whatever you got to do, that type of thing. But he's not going to do it the smart way. And so they're
because he's not smart.
They're going to put food dye in it and just turn it crystal blue, and then that's going to come to the surface. And mind you, there was a picture this morning of a dead duck in it too. So now they're killing wildlife.
To me, it's like the Kennedy Center. Okay, I wasn't too worried because I knew we could take his name off of that, eventually. That wasn't but when he destroyed the West Wing of our house, the people's house, I can't believe, if Obama or Biden had done that, I can't believe there wasn't more outrage that wasn't cleared through Congress, and he literally destroyed a whole section of the White House.
Yep. And here's another thing that I propose. When this nightmare is done and we start having hearings and trials and indictments and all that, the people that get found guilty and are convicted, build a plank over the reflecting pool and make them walk the plank. And
there we go. Yes.
And if they survive.
East Wing, y'all knew what wing I meant. I always do that. West Wing, East Wing. Destroyed the whole East Wing.
Someone left a question I was curious about too. Post Trump, like everything's done, either his administration or his life.
Wait,
How
just
many
can we go hang on? Can we just take a moment?
marinating that for a second?
Just think about that. There's no Trump.
Well, see, that's where the question
There's
goes.
no world like without Trump. There's no world like without Trump. But, sorry.
I'm clicking my red ruby slippers together 3 times.
Johnny,
There's no
get your
place
boot.
without Trump.
Johnny, get your voodoo doll.
How long do we go with not, or until we, how long is it until we don't hear his name anymore? In the headlines, in every story, in this thing. We don't talk about Bush anymore, but we did for a while.
Oh, but at the same time, he is so, like, we don't talk about Nixon anymore, and we used to talk about Nixon and Watergate all the time and stuff in the old days.
That's the
He
question.
is so far slammed them out of the way. He is you are number 1, Trump, at corruption and worst president ever. You get the title, you win the prize.
You know who we still talk about though, because more and more people are starting to connect the dots. Reagan. People to this day are still talking about Reagan because the mess that we're in right now, the income inequality, the everything for
Is that
sale.
not where Make America Great came from?
Yeah. Everybody's circling back to Reagan because people are starting to see that everything that man did has led us to where we are today. So how long will we never speak of that man's ever again?
Somebody worse comes along, can you imagine?
Actually, the other day there was a. I usually just focus on legitimate news from legitimate news sources, and if I'm talking about just rumors, I will say point blank, look, this is rumor, this is not real. Well, there were some really nasty. It's not even worth talking about specifics, but there were some nasty rumors going around about Prince Andrew that were almost plausible just because so few people have been held accountable.
Yep.
And what I am getting here, besides the fact that he's just an obvious con man, is that if it's ducking and dodging and walking away, I'm not going to look at it. Oh, I'm going to try to knock some of these down. The longer this whole dragging of feet and hiding of things and the country needs to move on and blah, 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 until we get truth, real truth, this will not end because people will still, they will knock down entire Canadian forests writing books, trying to uncover the sheer level of corruption. And the sooner, it is, I think it is going to be the sooner we get to truth, the shorter amount of time that we have to keep talking about this guy.
Jen, what you get?
We'll never be done talking about him. And that's globally because of what he's done with our allies, how they view us, as Americans that voted for this loser. Now, granted, they rigged the election too, but people had to come together for this. So even when we have a Democrat in the office, we are stuck with this, all this history of the corruption, the lies, the cover-ups, the bullying, the Epstein files, on and on and on. The women, blocking the women from justice here. It's structurally going to be shared forever. Because if we don't learn from our mistakes, right, we repeat them. And we got worldly, global neighbors that will remind us if we forget.
Generations. Both of these cards are about time. Trees don't grow overnight. They take years and years. And even, look at some of the sequoias. Those things are thousands of years old. This card here is about maturity, integrity, aging, ethics. And this is something important, something significant. So it's something as far as uncovering everything that this administration has done, that's going to take a long time. When his name will be wiped away from history, it's going to be, I wouldn't even say wiped from history. This is something that is and of itself going to be historical. But the importance is the integrity, honesty, virtue, how this man is anything but in an entire political party that's allowed it just to remain in power. So it becomes part of the fabric of our history, and hopefully we learn from it. And it's not just the corruption, it's also the ideologies and policies. This is around healthcare and all sorts, every aspect of your health, spiritual health. So we can talk about the Christians that lost their way with Christian nationalism, mental health, emotional health, your physical well-being, all aspects of your health. And this card here is about being wise, being mature, having integrity, being ethical, aging as well. So how the ideologies and his legacy and the Republican Party's legacy and their ideology has affected a growing population, here of the boomers, the harm that they are facing now because of conservative
and veterans
ideology.
too, right, Becca? With Lily's
And veterans, this is veterans and active duty, yeah. So you're looking at healthcare for seniors, you're looking at healthcare for veterans, you're looking at the growth of needing to be honest and ethical, and being a person that is to be respected. So it'll be a lesson to be learned, so long as we make sure to hold our elected officials accountable or to account, and not whitewash this crap where, like a Susan Collins, oh, well, I'm very concerned. Well, if you're concerned, do something. Act. Because he's being enabled by a bunch of cowards. So it's going to be generations and generations and generations. So, yeah.
I got 20 to 25 years. Because mind you, there are a lot of people that need to go to court and a lot of investigations that need to happen. So his name, and mind you, his effects are felt. everywhere. So not just
It's been 250 years and we still talk about Benedict Arnold. Don't you think
Yeah.
in 250 years, our 500th anniversary, we're going to be talking about Donald Trump?
and the damage that they did. I just saw a video, a TikTok of a woman that voted for Trump. I voted for you 3 times. You promised me lower grocery. I can't afford my groceries. The gas is $4.30. I'm like, welcome to America, lady. I've been paying $6.86 over here for like the last few weeks, and it's like he told you already in front of the cameras. He doesn't care about your financial situation. He doesn't even think about it a little bit. Not even a little bit.
And admitted that.
Yeah.
I don't care.
I don't care. And you're sitting there making a TikTok video pleading with him? Get out of here.
Yeah, we still talk about Hitler,
Yeah.
and that's
Well, he kind of brought some of that back up too.
Yeah,
So,
he brought resurrected
thank you, everybody. Thank you, Black and Orange Autumn, for joining us today.
Thank you for inviting me. Thank you.
So y'all, before you go to bed, don't go to bed with politics in your system. Go watch something funny. Go do something great.
Yeah. Go
And
go
next
watch
week
go
We'll be
Go
on.
watch.
No, nothing negative, ma'am. No violence, please.
No, I was gonna say go watch the Europeans experiencing American culture for the first time. It's laughable. It's very entertaining.
Dolly's one of my favorite channels to watch for food.
they're
They've been
hilarious.
reacting for years to the food stuff.
The way I laughed watching Europeans eating the Golden Corral of all places. It's like I'm like, oh, disgusting. But
yeah, or you know how you can watch things that watch some rain video, something calming, something that gets your blood pressure down. Well, I'm sure you can find videos of calm waters and these sheets of blue paint just floating like my background today. Just calming.
Who's live at 12 Central every day.
Every day. Every day.
Next week will be on Jen Lynn's channel. And until then, we will see y'all later. Y'all have a good night.
Bye.